back, storytellers. It's Josh VD Faulkner, and today we're going to be talking about Jurassic World Dominion and whether it's a roaring success or if it should be shut down immediately. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this movie. If you had a chance to watch it, make sure to also like and subscribe if you enjoy all movie-related content that you'll get on this channel. And starting with some of the positives, overall I highly enjoy the nature of film, seeing the nostalgia come back into the table with these returning characters with Alan Grant and all these other returning cast members, Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum having to play a part, and there were a few other cameo members from Jurassic World franchise that I just highly enjoy what we get from on the table. The scale of the film was large enough that I was pretty satisfied with what they were going for, how they were dealing with the conflict that was a mystery coming up into this film, and overall I think, without spoiling it, it really delivered in some fronts that I just highly enjoyed. Some of the tension that was just really there, and it almost felt like a comparison to a James Bond film where there was a bit more action, different places that Chris Pratt was driving a motorcycle and flying through the city, getting chased by velociraptors, and it was just enjoyable just in that front, being able to get some action here and there, having lots of mini conflicts throughout the film, making it feel like it has a place to go and it keeps on going, and overall I think that delivered fairly well in all what it was going for. But just on some mixed aspects, even though the scale was just large enough, it did falter in some areas when we're ultimately going into this island type vicinity within the villain's place, that it just makes it feel smaller and all too familiar, that when you're taking on a world scale concept of a film, they are condensing it down to this research based once again, and not necessarily always letting it go out into the world. And while we got plenty of the world, it also did have that smaller scale feel at some points in the movies, and it's also some ways the characters had a little bit of a lesser role at some points. But going on to the negatives, overall, the film itself felt like it was a bit rushed in some areas. In some ways good, but also in some ways it was sort of not having complete direction. The newer characters or the returning characters didn't have as much of a character arc that you could really hope to see really conclude what their story was. And while the stories did have a little bit here and there that you could still enjoy what they were, the returning characters from Jurassic Park, as well as the new characters, overall, it sort of fell flat in some areas more than others, that it just felt a little weak at some times, personally. But overall, that leaves my rating to be a 7 out of 10. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this film, and as well as my review. I enjoyed it quite a bit and recommend this film. While it may not be the best of the franchise, it is a satisfying conclusion enough. And make sure to comment down below all your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.